Here's what I need you to do. I need you to get a protractor and an old-fashioned paper map. Need to put the pointy end of the protractor on New Brunswick, New Jersey, then draw a 900 nautical mile radius around it. Because if you live within that circle, you need to come see Jay Black performing at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, July 26th. That's a Wednesday. You got nothing going on a Wednesday. Come see me, Jay Black, performing. You can go to jblack.tv for tickets. That's jblack.tv. Or really, you're on your app. Just look in the app. There's a link in there. Just go to the link. Just click it. Come see me in New Brunswick. We're going to have such a blast. Hey, everybody. This is Jay Black from the past coming at you into the future, which is currently your present. Nobody ever said time travel would be easy to understand. Anyway, I'm recording this to provide some context to the episode you're about to listen to. We recorded these all in one go at the same time because I'm working for the next 2 weeks. So we wanted to have content for you that wasn't just me interviewing my family, as much as you guys love when I talk to my daughter, but with, the main attractions, which is Angelo and Rhea. Not me, certainly. It's actually goes to show you just how much Rhea and Angelo care. Not only are they not getting paid to do this, they are working around my schedule, which is, as my wife will tell you, the most annoying thing in the entire world. Never, ever marry a stand-up comic. Don't even date a stand-up comic. In fact, if you get the chance, don't go near a stand-up comic. Just go watch them perform and then cartwheel out of the comedy club as fast as you possibly can. It'll save everybody a lot of time and emotional damage. Anyhow, this is going to go in front of episode 18 and 19, which you're currently listening to. We will be back with regularly scheduled programs, and by that I mean like it will be recorded the day of, like we usually do, starting with episode 20, and hopefully we'll continue that through the rest of the year with only minor interruption, because if I work, hopefully I will be working somewhere that has adequate internet. That's my goal for 2023, everybody. Adequate internet. Set your heights super high. Achieve as much as you can. Shoot for the stars. Anyhow, let's get to the podcast. Welcome to the TV show, a show where we talk about TV. I'm your host, Jay Black, and each week I'm joined by Philadelphia radio legends Angelo Cataldi and Rhea Hughes to discuss the best shows, latest news, and biggest controversies in television. We're in a new golden age of TV, and we're here to talk about it. So, let's get to it. And welcome back. We are still going to the TV show. I'm sorry, guys. I'm out of it. I'm still sick. It's been a lot of.
We can tell.
So we're still looking back at 2022, and we found a list on the AV Club, which, by the way, my go-to site when I was a writer for TV Squad. I always felt like I was in competition with the AV Club because they did such good TV coverage. Not as good as they used to be, but none of us are really. They did a list of the 15 best TV moments of 2022. And I was wondering if you guys caught any on there that you agreed with, any that you disagreed with, any that you thought were left off that should have been on there, and what were your thoughts? Angelo, let's start with you.
They nailed the best moment of TV in 2022. It was 7th on their list, but it was the greatest moment on one of the best shows that never got the full acclaim it deserved. And the show is Better Call Saul.
Yes.
And in the, I'm going to say second to last episode, they had a character, Howard, who is this real straight-laced attorney who is a partner with Saul's brother. And he was kind of the villain for most of the series. Great series, by the way. Great series. I told you before how great the character Kim Wexler was, played by Rhea Seehorn. The only other Rhea I ever heard of. But anyway, and in the second to last episode, this guy had been around forever. And they had this really nasty villain drug dealer, Lilo Sacamano. And he's meeting, and this guy Howard is meeting with Saul and Kim. and all of a sudden Lilo appears. And should I give it away here what he does?
Well, let's do a spoiler alert, everybody. Fast forward.
Spoiler alert. This guy Lila, Harry is right in mid sentence, pulls a gun out and blows his head off.
Yeah.
Boom. And there's no way you could have been watching that without going, whoa. I had to go back and watch it 3 times.
Yeah.
Because it came out of nowhere. They took a character that was part of 5 3/4 seasons, and they blew his head out with no warning. Nothing. He said, boom.
Yep.
And it was phenomenal. And that's how the episode ends. And then the final episode starts with Harry in a pool of his own blood, which is a beautiful start to it.
What a moment.
I'm telling you, it was so out of nowhere. Vince Gilligan, the creator of both Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, is a genius because it was perfect. And it set up the final episode brilliantly. And they got that right. They got it 100% right. And I guess the only thing I'm upset with is that they didn't also point out that Kim Wexler in The Boss was the greatest single scene ever seen, because that woman is a brilliant. If you ever want to see acting that makes you want to cry, watch that. They ignored that part of it, but they got Howard's end correct.
You know, we talked about what we were looking forward to in 2023. I forgot to mention Vince Gilligan's new show with Rhea Seehorn, whatever that might be.
Oh, yeah. They are talking about it, but it's in the formative stages.
Right. They haven't done
whatever it is, I'm there.
100%. So, Rhea, I think I see one on here that you and I will probably both agree with. Very big. We talked about our love of the bear. They had the on the list is the oneer that they did, which is the term for a single camera movement with no cuts. That episode that they ran through. Do you remember that one?
I'm trying to remember. What did it have to deal with? Because I watched everyone.
It was
I'm trying to remember.
That ended with the girl that was his protege quitting at the end.
Oh my God!
And
that was
cuts.
Yes.
And
that was so intense, that scene, that whole show, because you could sense that it was coming. She was trying to push that whole restaurant into something they weren't ready for, but I didn't know any of her backstory. It was interesting to find, that she had gone broke and was back living with her dad. But, that you could see that train wreck coming down the path.
And what I loved about the oneer is it didn't bring attention to itself until about midway through, where you go, I don't think I've seen a cut yet. I think we're still over the shoulder. And we talked about it, about the intensity of that show. Rhea, I think you said you thought it was a reality show at first.
Yeah.
They took the intensity and found a way to bring it up from a 9.5 to an 11 by eliminating the cuts. What a fantastic show. What a fantastic episode.
Let me jump in for a second, because you do TV a lot and you do a lot of these movies. How hard is it to do 2 or 3 or 4 minutes in one hit?
It's almost impossible to do well. It's possible to it's really hard to do poorly. It's impossible to do well. I mean, it gives some idea. The most famous one when I was growing up was the Copacabana scene in Goodfellas, where they were walking through the back and they get the seat put in, and Henny Youngman's doing the performance. A beautiful scene. I think that's like 7 minutes, right? And it was historical. Everybody talks about what a fantastic thing that was and what a show-offy thing. 22 minutes of an episode to do a oneer like that. Now, you can cheat some places. You cut across black and you can do a cut, but to make it feel seamless, it's just something else. And something that you would never see on TV. And we were talking about the golden age of TV. That's something that you would do if you had a movie set and millions of dollars and infinite time versus, hey, we got to get this show done in a week. How do we do this? Unbelievable. One last moment on this list. You can check it out at AV Club. I'll put it in the show notes for you. I don't know if this is a show we've ever talked about. Have you ever seen Kevin Can Bleep Himself?
Yes.
On FX?
All of it.
I keep going by it. Is it good?
It is. It's
Okay.
not as good as I thought it was gonna be, Rhea. Essentially, it is a marriage. If you've ever seen those TV shows where specifically Kevin Can Wait, but where it's a really goofy looking fella with a really hot wife. Would be one of these, and it's a sitcom, and the wife is a nag, and it's always like the guys are just trying to have fun, and it's that. But when she's by herself, it's a drama, right?
It's chosen one, and it's Annie Murphy, who is so good in Schitt's Creek.
Yes.
I guess
that's right. Okay, yeah.
Jay, I think she only does shows with a profanity in the title. It was Schitt's Creek, SCHITT, and then it was Kevin Can Bleep Himself.
Yeah,
she's awesome. Is she great or what?
She is.
Can go from comedy to drama so brilliantly.
And beautiful to boot, which is my wife knows my taste. She was like, I think you should watch this show Schitt's Creek, Jay. You're gonna like it. And I was like, oh, I do like it. And when she came on, and I was like, oh, that's why you think I'm gonna like it. And she's like, yes.
She's the reason I liked it.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. But Rhea, every time they're not doing the sitcom, her life is a single camera drama, and it becomes this meditation on what it means to be in a marriage like that and not to be seen as anything except an accessory to somebody else's show.
Oh, yeah.
And that show doesn't respect her, and it's basically her deciding I need to kill my husband and get out of this. But
I think we can all relate to that at some point.
the moment that they bring up to in the list, without spoiler alert for anybody listening, is you see it coming for the whole 2 seasons. Kevin gets brought from the sitcom world to the single camera world at the end of the show, and it's scary. It's a scary moment where you see what his behavior is like when viewed through the prism of a sitcom, or how men view it versus how a woman might, and how his refusal to let go becomes a threat rather than a comedic premise. And it's probably the best moment of a pretty good show, not a great show, pretty good show, but a great moment that they end on. I think AV Club nailed it.
But where can people see that now, Jay?
That is FX, so that would be Hulu. But let me just make sure. 100%.
It's a very unusual show, and it's totally finished. They did wrap it up, 2 seasons.
Yes, and which we like.
You could binge it now, and it's really it's so interesting. You're either going to love the way they go from the comedy to the drama, or you're not. But once you get past the first couple episodes, you're going to really like it. It's good. It's really well done.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here. It's saying Roku channel. You can watch it on the Roku channel.
There you go, Roku.
There you go.
Yeah, you can go watch it now. You'll really enjoy it. And guys, thank you so much for talking about your list here. We're done with 2022. Only 2023 from this point forward.
Yes.
Woo-hoo!
Thanks, Jay. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
All right, see ya.
All right, thanks, guys. I really appreciate you sticking around. I'm going to spend the rest of the week getting us a partner that we can get this out there.
Right, and watch the tech now. Make sure that people can hear the voices.
I will. I have separate tracks that I recorded on, so I'm going to be able to get the voices high for you guys so that it sounds better.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. All right, guys.
See ya. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of The TV Show. If you did, please like, subscribe, and review us on iTunes. It'll help people find the show. Also, please follow me on Twitter at JBlackIsFunny. You can send me suggestions and comments about the show there, even mean ones. I'm an any attention is good attention kind of guy. We'll see you next week with another episode.